TheNidhogg here, here with a new series, which I've been thinking about doing for a little bit now. It's going to be building on a budget, and this week I'm going to look on updating the Elven Valor theme deck, which is available from the marketplace for 1,300 station cash. I think it's worth the buy. I haven't bought it myself, but this is the list that I've been given. I saw it on the forums, and just threw it in a box space. So it looks worth it based on the fact that it's got two Thorn collections in it. Um, and I knew that it already had the Bow Mage and the Menelaus, along with Queen of Nar. Menelaus obviously is like a 4K gold rune now, so that's not really actually a drawing point. I just kind of said it anyway. The Bullseye, it's not the limited edition one, but it is still worth I think like 10K on Poxbox. So if you add it all up, it's probably 25K each for the Thorn collections, 40 for the Bow Mage. So it's 90, 10 for the Bullseye, 100, then another, I don't know, 10K maybe for Naru. And you get it all in just like a convenient package. I think it's worth it because it's hard to find the Thorn collections to start with. Anyway, looking at the composition of the deck, you'll notice that it's got 14 champions, which is definitely a mistake. You should not build a deck that has 14 champions, I think. You should definitely, I usually run with 17. So I'm going to start my build here by cutting out, let's see, do I cut it? Yeah. Now, let's cut out Escape Magic because we don't really have that much healing. We're going to cut out Living Vines because it's too expensive and it doesn't do that much. And a Rejuvenation Ring because I don't like it. I'm going to start by cutting those three, and then we'll start looking at the champs. Archer Commander is fine. Cutting it, not good enough. Bow Mage, definite keeper. Abuse Stun is really great along with Blind Fire, and of course he has Evasive 2. I take Precision and Rain of Arrows. Colossal Bow is an all-star. We're going to double up on him because it's got Colossal and Spontaneous Regeneration. You can also consume, one of your smaller guys if you really need the HP boost. Or if you do run Snake Charmer, I don't know. You could summon a Serpent and he could eat that. Dusk Druid has not been relevant in a long time. Cutting him. Elven Archers are surprisingly okay, but they just don't have enough damage, so I'm cutting both of them. Elven Blade Master is fine to Shadow Source, just not good enough in any other area. Cutting him. Menelaus will stay. Outcast of Flame, while Devotee of Delim is kind of cool, and I hope that they put that on more stuff and they do some, I don't know, weird mechanics that involve it. And he's, generally pretty cool, but he should have like Set Ablaze or something. That definitely seems like something he should have, right? So he's all right other than that, but not good enough for me. Snake Charmer, similarly not good enough, not going to cut it. Wizard of the Waves will randomly draw win you stuff with Portal Nexus, but he's not my style. I'm going to cut him. Actually, I'm going to cut a second Brambles because I don't think we need him. So, how are we going to start filling this out? Alright, let's go to the handy dandy Elf tab and go to KF. I'm going to start by adding in a pair of Deadly Trackers, which are all-stars. The logistics range makes them really deadly, of course, in an elf deck. It doesn't increase their damage, but obviously their threat range it goes from 3 to 4 to 3 to 6. I take Strike and Lay Boulder. Though you could take Icar if you're into that sort of thing. I am not into that sort of thing, so I do not. I'm going to add one Civilized Wilderkin. Pretty solid rune with the Blitz. And usually take Encourage, but this time I would probably take Dodge. Has Logistics Blanket to get more speed and more damage. These guys start to hit for a lot in the late game. Call to Arms is obviously relevant when your whole deck is full of elves. We're gonna skip on the Condor Fury because it's okay and it's 20K in Poxbox, so I'm not gonna go there. I am, however, gonna go for a pair of Elven Mages who are stellar uncommons. You could take Magic Acolyte, but I've been taking Loyalty and Deflect. Just an all-around ranged powerhouse. It gets obviously 15 damage with Loyalty and a ton of HP. Well, not a ton, but it's 46 once Loyalty. General all-around strong rune. Definitely worth it. Would not take that. Okay. Elven Mages are in. Elven Shade. Elven Shade is another one that I would think about. Um, if you find that you need more melee, you might want to switch up your ranged options a little bit. You might think about the Elven Shade. I'm gonna put in one Elven Bard. Um, this oh, the stats are wrong here on Foxbox. It should be 62 Nora and 2 to 4 range after it got buffed. But the Battle Hymn alone is definitely worth it. And you've got Soothing Serenade along with the improved damage, which can be relevant. Again, because we're full of elves. Mm, we're skipping on Enforcer, Sage, and War Spirit, even though they're all excellent elves, because they cost too much. And we are not about that life. I'm going to put in one Guardian of the Circle, I believe, just for the Shatter. Um, he's a tanky guy. I'm not like really a huge fan. He's going to take Tough 3 and Bind. Um, he's in theme. He's an elf. He will shatter things. What else do you want from him? I'm going to put in a Light of the Circle for detection, alt damage. Also has precision to hit some elusive guys along with the bow mage. But detection is frequently a problem I have. I would take detection 3 and motivate because I don't think you need the extra burn that much. Let's see. Who else do I want to add in here? Rage of the Circle is worth a shout if you're into that. I mean, if you're looking to, upgrade your deck a little bit, you might think about Rage of the Circle. It's kind of a tricky one to play. I'd be more comfortable adding in Ranger Elites, um, but not today. Now I'm going to add a Wilderkin Snake Dancer. He boosts your boas, he boosts an R, and he is an elf with evasive 3, an awesome entangling attack, and he gets poison 4, which is awesome. Who else did I miss? Oh, I see what I missed. Of course, like 3 of the most important elves of all. Elven Strategist is really underrated. He's great for moving around your boas, who will get, of course, lumbering. Battlemaster, hugely relevant. And so I take Relocate Ally and Battlemaster. I think he's underrated. I think he's pretty strong. He's just kind of one of those runes that I like to run. And maybe he's not the optimal choice, but I still like him, and he suits my playstyle, so I'm gonna add him in. And lastly, the one of the best runes for elves, of course, the Elven Taskmaster, who brings to the table Drive and Commander Elf along with more Ichor, another Entangling attack, and some charge. And Command Charge will also give you range units to charge, which is nice, especially in like a Menelaus. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the spell lineup right now. I'm gonna take out Herbal Antidote because I'm gonna put in instead Cleansing Emerald. I'm gonna take out Vortex because I think it's maybe just like a different kind of. If had Doombringers in here or something, I would definitely run it. But I think it's kind of difficult to know when to use, and I think it can be game winning, but I don't think I like it for this deck. It's okay with Withering Fern, but I guess not today. I'm gonna put in a Covenant for Menelaus. Very strong, gets 2 to 8 range, Blessed, extra HP. Awesome if you can find the slots for it. I can find the slots for it. I'm dropping Protection because it costs too much and I want to do other things with my spell slots. Specifically, what I want to do is I want to add in a Tree Folk's Blessing. Where are you? There. Boom. Gotcha. And, right. And my last slot is going to go to Oasis because I think it's awesome to teleport you guys around, especially, again, when these guys get lethargic. Okay? So that's the build. Let's check to make sure it's the same as, yep, it is the same as what I drew up beforehand. It's got a solid mix. You've got your Taskmasters, your Guardian, and the Wilderkin, Naru, and Snake Dancer all are melee, so it gives you good options there. For range, you got your Bow Mages, cool, awesome. Deadly Trackers, and so between these 3 and like the rest of it, Often KF decks lack for physical damage, but I think you'll definitely be okay here. You might actually hurt more for alt damage more than anything. Though, of course, Bow Mage has Infuse Stun, which gives magic damage. Elven Mages will be long-range magic hitters. Light of the Circle is, it's not going to do that much damage, but it is attack fire, and Menelaus is your ranged artillery. He's absolutely monstrous, of course, with the Covenant on him. Spell options. I stuck with the Double Nature's Wrath that they have in there. You have a lot of AoE options. Thorn Collections are your power turns, but don't be afraid to use Brambles or Thorn Collection or any of these things if it's what you need to secure a kill. I'm a big fan of the Withering Fern, so I've doubled up on those. I think it's one of my most hated equipments to play against and one of my favorite equipments to use. It's so cheap, and the effect really builds up over time, especially if you turtle a little bit. um, and so the sum total of all these changes I've put into Poxbox. I got my Wilderkin, pair of trackers, the Elven Bard, two mages, two taskmasters, Guardian, Wilderkin, TFB, Cleansing Emerald, and Oasis. The only thing that is currently out of stock is like a where'd it go? It's an Elven strategist. Yeah, he's out of stock right now, but he wouldn't be more than 4K. So our total of changes is only 5K worth of runes, and I think it makes the deck a lot better. But so I would recommend these changes to anybody who has the Elven Valor deck or is thinking about buying it. You should definitely go to something like this. Um, if you are building on an even tighter budget and you don't really want to buy the Elven Valor deck and you don't want to splash out for Bow Mages and Thorn Collections and our this is another build that I've whipped up. I took out the Naru, the Bow Mage, two Thorn Collections. I've added in instead a Spirit Singer as a replacement for Bow Mage. It's not really a replacement, you just add something different, gives you healing. The Soothing Serenade, and Nora Shield. So Nora Shield is the big deal, of course. Really great on a Colossal Boa. And gives you more healing options besides Menelaus. And I put in Bashal Ranger, who is another shatter option besides your Guard in the Circle if you want to run him like that. He's kind of a poor man's Nara, and then he still comes with a pet. He's around the same Nora, still 8 speed. Um, you know, he's not an exact replacement, and if you put him in, you could get away with taking out Guardian in the Circle for something else that you like. But this is the build I would run. And I've added in a second Brambles, Reclaim, and Time Slip. What did I take out besides Thorn Collection? Oh, Bullseye. Right, Bullseye comes with the deck, and you'd probably take that one out if you did not have it. Because I mean, if you bought the deck, then yeah, keep it in. But I wouldn't go tripping over myself to find it. So this would be a very cheap group. Just building it on its own. I would really recommend that you get Thorn Collections. But if you don't, this is a cheap and solid build. I might run a couple games with it as well, just so you can see that it does in fact work. And if you are looking to upgrade your deck, here's building without a budget. I don't know if this is the exact thing that I would run if I were looking to run elves. I've slotted in a pair of Ranger Elites who are cheap. They're in 10k gold if you want to do like that, or 15k on Poxbox. They're a pretty big deal. They have block and dodge and upgrades, which I usually take. The Commander Ranger is another commander option besides Taskmaster. It doesn't stack, so I mean, I guess that sucks, but they're still good. They're fast, cheap, love them. I put in, of course, this trio here, War Spirit. War Spirit's a really big deal to deal with some problem champions. Sage, I put in to pair with my Oculi Slag, who I've just added in here. You could put Oculi Slag and Combined Effort in your normal deck. Enforcer comes in because he's awesome. You could think about running two. I don't currently own two because I traded them because I thought they were going to get nerfed. And I still do think they're going to get nerfed, but still worth an include here. I put in a Grimlock's Mirror because War Spirit and Enforcer and Sage are all give you better targets for it than in the normal budget deck. I put in a Stellar Horizon because I can, you know. It's a solid AoE 5. Really great with Enforcer, of course, but still fine. I took out the Elven Mages to make room for Enforcer and War Spirit. Um, I mean, you can look at this deck and look at the changes that I made to it. But that's the main thing. That's the deal. Changes are not too expensive, and I'm confident this is meta-worthy. I am going to be running a couple of games, probably about 5 today, maybe I'll record them tomorrow. But I'm planning on playing a couple of games with this, show you how it works. I'll probably do it on a new account that I've made specifically for this series, for building on a budget. And I'm planning to make some decks for other things. So if you like this, then be sure to look out for more videos, more gameplay, stuff like that. So that's me. Take care, guys.